If you're currently viewing this video, know that it's not by accident. This has been placed in front of you by divine intention, with a message urgently needed for your heart. This message has the power to transform your present feelings. It firmly states, hold on to this individual. You are well aware of who this is, aren't you? The one who consistently occupies your mind, prayers, and dreams. The same person who made you question whether to keep waiting or consider moving forward. Perhaps you're worn out from the wait. Maybe the quiet has stretched on too long. You may feel your faith has reached its boundary. Yet today, God reassures you, my child, don't forsake what I have deeply planted in you. Have you ever wondered why some people leave such a profound imprint on our lives? Why certain bonds transcend natural experiences and touch the eternal within us? This is because certain encounters are not mere coincidence. They are thoughtfully orchestrated by God Himself. And when the universe's creator crafts a relationship, no earthly force can dismantle what He has built. Jesus teaches in Matthew 19:6, so they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has united, let no one separate. These words extend beyond consummated marriage. They apply to every union born from God's heart, even before it takes full shape on earth. Yet, the adversary is aware of this. Understanding the power within a divine union, he works tirelessly to sow seeds of doubt, fatigue, and discouragement in your soul. He whispers, too much time has passed. If it were meant to happen, it would have occurred by now. You are squandering your time. There are better options available. Do these voices sound familiar? They do not originate from God. The Lord wants you to grasp an essential truth. God's timeline differs from yours. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us there is a specific time for every purpose in heaven. Concerning the human heart, His workings are precise beyond our limited understanding. Consider the tale of Abraham and Sarah. God promised them a child, yet the years stretched on. Sarah aged. Circumstances cried, impossible. They even tried intervening through Hagar, resulting in more confusion and distress. However, God hadn't forgotten His promise. At the perfect moment, despite seeming impossibility, Isaac was born. The promise held true because God's words never return void. Have you ever felt like Sarah? As though too much time has passed? As though God has forgotten the seed He planted within you? But here's a message for you from the Lord. He hasn't overlooked what He started. He will bring it to fruition. Philippians 1:6 firmly states, I am confident of this, that the one who began a good work among you will bring it to completion by the day of Jesus Christ. This encompasses works of love. If God has sown pure love in your heart, if He has affirmed this person through signs, visions, or an unexplainable peace, He will see this work to completion. Now, you may wonder, but how can I be sure it's truly from God? Allow me to share something that might bring clarity to you. When something is from God, there are distinct signs. First, there's peace that surpasses understanding. Even amidst uncertainty, when you pray about this person, your spirit finds calm. There's an internal verification that transcends logic. Second, God reaffirms through countless means. Dreams, prophetic insights, divine coincidences beyond chance. Third, there's personal growth throughout this journey. God utilizes waiting to refine your character. If such signs resonate with your experience, let me assert with spiritual confidence, don't abandon this. What you're navigating isn't mere human sentiment. It's an echo of God's heart for you. Yet, I understand your struggle. I am familiar with the nights where doubt about waiting creeps in. I recognize the intensity of silence. I acknowledge the well-meaning voices around you possibly urging, let go and proceed. But they are unaware of what God perceives. They are uninformed about His secret revelations to you. Maybe you're amidst those days void of messages, signs, or responses. Your prayers seem to reach a void. You glance at your phone, hoping for a sign that never arrives. But here's a deep truth to hold on to. God's silence is not abandonment. More often than not, heaven is at work behind the scenes in ways inconceivable to you. Just like how a seed lays silently beneath the ground, unseen but busy rooting, preparing to bloom at its appointed time. Silence doesn't equate to desertion. It's the groundwork being laid. It's not forgetfulness, but deep internal molding. God is at work both in your heart and theirs, even when outwardly nothing seems to change. Today's stillness could very well precede tomorrow's bountiful harvest. Let's talk about Joseph. He held dreams from God about his destiny, yet spent years confined, questioning if he truly heard right. Situations cried of God's forgetfulness, but in perfect timing, everything unfolded even more wondrously than Joseph's dreams. His imprisonment became his preparation. Another story may deeply touch you. Jacob worked 14 years for Rachel. 14 long years that, by human measures, seemed an eternity. Others might have said, "Move on, find someone else." However, Genesis 29-20 says something touching. So, Jacob served 7 years to earn Rachel, yet they felt merely like a few days because of his love for her. Even deceived by Laban into working an additional 7, Jacob persisted. Why? Because when God embeds something true in the heart, waiting isn't wasted. It's an investment in a heavenly goal. Jacob recognized Rachel wasn't just a spouse. She was integral to his destiny, laying the ground for Israel's 12 tribes. His patience laid a nation's foundation. What if your time of waiting is also a time of preparation? What if God is using this phase to sculpt you into the person you should become, to receive what He has set apart for you? What if God is also delicately crafting the other person's heart? Be reminded that you're not alone in being molded by God in this situation. The person you're constantly thinking about is also in a divine process. God is addressing fears, healing scars, breaking outdated patterns. He's shaping their heart to love rightly, at the rightful time. Sharing these truths fills me with a deep compassion for each soul journeying through love's waiting period. I've observed many dear hearts carrying the wounds of past relationships, haunted by fears of inadequacy, or past traumas hindering the reception of the love that God has prepared. It's for such hearts that I've created a heartfelt offering. How to attract and recognize true love. A comprehensive guide designed to aid in healing emotional wounds, nurturing strong self-love, and aligning spiritually to draw in that true love your soul yearns for. You can find this resource in Chosen by God. If it's meant for you, you'll know when you come across these words. Isaiah 55:8-9 gently reminds us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." God perceives the full picture, flawlessly aware of when each part needs to connect. When everything finally converges, you'll see why waiting was essential. You'll realize that every tear, every whispered prayer, and every moment of uncertainty was contributing to an eternal masterpiece. Another insight God wants to impart: this person is not merely a companion against loneliness. They are woven into your divine mission. When God unites two individuals, it transcends personal joy and extends into multiplication of His kingdom on earth. He crafts a ministerial alliance, a spiritual companionship that transcends generations. The connection God has instilled in your heart is extraordinary. This person will not just walk beside you, but together, you'll release something greater on earth. God unites not just hearts, but aligns purposes. It's not merely about emotional bonds, but shared missions. You're not waiting just for human affection, but for a kindred spirit to carry a calling alongside you. United, something becomes activated in God's realm that cannot happen otherwise. That's the very reason the adversary battles so vigorously against this unity. He understands the tremendous spiritual power triggered when you walk in mutual agreement. Your waiting isn't only about romance, it's about a partnership that glorifies the Lord. Amos 3:3 reflects on this truth. Two cannot walk together unless they are agreed. The agreement God crafts is not simply emotional, but spiritual. It's about purpose, about a shared destiny. Have you felt this deep conviction that there's something much greater underpinning this connection, and that together you could achieve what alone remains impossible? This confirmation hails from God, and that is why the adversary struggles so fiercely against this unity. His attempts are through discouragement, impatience, and tough circumstances. But with God for us, nothing can stand against us, as Romans 8:31 affirms. Today, the Holy Spirit intends to breathe new life into your hopes. Shift focus from counting the days of waiting to cherishing the affirmations He has given. Redirect your attention from silence to what God is speaking within your spirit. Understand this. They're approaching not to muddle your world, but to reinforce everything God has placed in your heart. When they do arrive, expect transparent intent and peaceful resolve. There will be sincere spirit-to-spirit communication. Luke 1:45 praises, "Blessed is she who believed that what the Lord has promised will be fulfilled." Have you maintained belief against all odds? Have you kept faith amidst endless uncertainty? Prepare yourself for fulfillment, as it is drawing near. Proverbs 13:12 tells us, "Hope delayed makes the heart sick, but a dream realized is a tree of life." While your heart may feel weary from the wait, God is ready to transform this patient endurance into a flourishing tree of life. The person God prepares will not resemble past connections. They will arrive with maturity, a defined purpose, and a clear understanding of God's intentions for you both collectively. This will not be a union born out of necessity, but one of true complementarity, a profound, mature love. When this unfolds, you'll comprehend why past relationships faltered, why certain painful experiences occurred, or why certain opportunities never manifested. God has been reserving something truly remarkable, genuinely worth every moment of anticipation. Jeremiah 29:11 shines on his assurance, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and no harm, a future filled with hope." These divine plans encompass your heart, love, and future family. As you embrace this moment of renewed hope, allow me to whisper something gentle to your soul. The journey of inner healing and cultivating self-love outlined in the guide, How to Attract and Recognize True Love, aligns perfectly with what your heart needs to be ready for when this person comes into your life. Don't let this opportunity pass by without notice. Your spirit might already recognize that this is the precise time for action. You can find this comforting guide within Chosen by God. Thus, even amidst exhaustion, even if voices around you suggest giving up, or if life's circumstances appear nonsensical, I proclaim this over you. Don't relinquish hope. What God has confirmed, He shall fulfill. He keeps every promise He makes. What He has planted in your heart, He will cause to bloom. Your long wait isn't in vain, as the awaited breakthrough lies closer than you think. Habakkuk 2:3 provides assurance. The revelation awaits an appointed time. Though it lingers, wait for it. It will certainly come to pass and will not delay. Your revelation is on the horizon. Your time approaches. Your person is soon to join you. And once they arrive, it will be clear how every waiting hour was worthwhile. Every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered in the quiet mornings, will manifest as God's loving hand, crafting a love story meant to inspire many. Raise your head high, stand firm, and declare boldly, "I will not give up on what God has planted in my heart. I trust His timing, I believe in His promises." For if you are witnessing this now, it is because God is urging you not to give up on this special individual. When God desires something, no one can prevent it. If this heartfelt content has resonated with your journey, or you feel it could encourage others, you might support Chosen by God in a simple manner. Gently, you might consider showing appreciation. Any token of support, however modest, greatly assists in sustaining our uplifting message. Even if unable to contribute now, your presence alone is a gift of immense meaning. Thank you for being part of this journey.